It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Yes, let's continue to talk sport. This was one of those small positives this weekend. After a somewhat sloppy start, though, the Springboks did regroup in the second half to secure an 8th straight victory against Argentina in their World Cup warm-up showdown in Buenos Aires on Saturday evening, stepping into a typically tense cauldron. So that was a good test of the medal, trailing 10-3 at half-time, another test. But our boys scored 2 rapid tries in that second half, clinching a resounding 24-13 triumph. Now, as Jacques Nienaber unveils his 33-player World Cup squad on Tuesday, this test stands as the ultimate chance to vie for a coveted spot on the plane to France. And here to chat more about this is, of course, Lorenzo Darius, who is feeling a bit crestfallen. So I didn't want you to talk about netball or Banyana just yet. Lots of positives. One frustration, I'm so no more so than for Mani Lebok, the missed penalties. That's points on the board in a World Cup. That's essential. You're thinking about 9, 12 points in a World Cup. That's your journey coming to an end. How do we address this? Because he's a good kicker. I know the stats speak differently. He's a fantastic kicker, and he's got the attack. He's got all of the other attributes that we need. Is this going to hurt him?
Look, I don't think it's going to hurt him, right? We've got Handre that's on the men's. He's going to be back, and let's be honest, he's going to be number 1 when he gets there. So he'll go ahead.
We've invested a lot in his recovery.
Yeah, we have. But Mani Lebok needs to have a little bit more confidence in himself when he's kicking, you know, when that happens.
And they were tough kicks.
Yeah, they were, but on the 22-meter line, these are practice kicks.
Yeah.
You know,
and he probably gets them 10 out of 10 times in practice.
He does. And I just hope that it wasn't the hostile crowd. It wasn't the first time playing there as well. You know, there weren't gates around the field, though. Usually we go and play Argentina and we see that all these gates around the metal, you know. But there wasn't anything. Maybe it was the hostile crowd. Maybe it was the fact that, you know, there's that jitters of, am I going to make the 33-man squad? It could be that, but he needs to up his game if he wants to be within the conversation. And the good conversation.
The starting lineup as well.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing.
He needs to push.
It's going to be about testing the depth. Just to let Zoe know, because she was all confused waking up to watch the rugby. Yes, we were playing in mint green, and yes, the stadium was completely blue. Okay,
yeah, that was
weird. But yeah, I don't know about the kits. I'm not even going to go.
Yeah, let's not go there with the kit. I saw enough on socials.
When you talk about that individual pressure, did that lead to the style of play initially a bit disjointed, and we were struggling with the
we were struggling.
We could not understand what he was saying. I don't know what was going on, but there seemed to be a massive disconnect. And Bongi tried in his captaincy on the day to be that go-between, but it just felt like there was a disconnect.
No, there was. Bongi, firstly, let's be honest, Bongi does not have that star power like Siya Kolisi, right? We are trying to put an imposing person there because he's big, but that's not how it works. You can't be this, you know, this massive guy and coming there and just thinking that your physique is going to get your message across to the match officials. It's just not going to work. And he tried. But I feel that we need someone that comes with, you know, Siya and Dwayne, they come with a different gravitas, if I can put it like that.
For sure. We looked like a different team coming out in that second half. The individuals had been putting their hands up, Kane and Moody.
Oh, there we go.
I think he's the one that really shone for me, and I was so happy. Because this was about those fringe players, some of them so good that you don't quite know how to use them within the system. Those players that you know are reliable, but are they going to give you the X factor in a World Cup? It seemed like there was a balance of both. What shifted in that second half, and what are the positives you take out of that?
Look, the thing is, the forwards, we could see glimpses of a structured team in that first half. Let's not take that away. But that second half, something went down with Jacques in the change rooms, and the players were a lot more focused on the goal. And they came out and they exploited that space that was there. Because the Argentinians didn't really do anything. If I can put it like that. That quick tap try, that was literally
opportunistic.
There you go.
It's their usual very disruptive play. They'll slow you down. They'll get the big hits, and they were opportunistic.
They were, but there was nothing else that they were making out of, you know, of thin air, if I can put it like that, and structured play. So for them it was, let's look at what they're not doing, and then we'll just capitalize on it. And then when we came out, we exploited all that space. If you look at those cross kicks that we got for Cannon Moody as well, there was one player there, he was totally out of it, was never going to get him all the way in, off the, you know, on the sideline.
I love it. So you reckon Kanan's done enough to get himself into that 33-man
pick me,
squad?
pick me, boss, pick me, boss.
I mean, what more can you do in that sense, playing for a team, the so-called kind of fringe team?
Fringe team.
Anyone else that stood out for you that might shock us on Tuesday?
Like I said, again, Makazola Mapimpi should be a little bit worried with Canon Moody. I'm convinced that Herschel Yankees hasn't done enough to put himself in the team.
Wow.
So it's going to be Faf, it's going to be Quibus, and
Grant.
it could just be Grant. You read my mind? Ooh. We might just give him enough time to recover. We've had faith in Sia, we've had faith in Andre with them being injured. We could do the same with him as well. And then if there's one player I really want to see in that team, it's going to be Dion Fourie.
Yeah, and look,
And there's going to be some players that's going to be like, oh, we're going to sit at home and, you know, September, October is going to be a long month of buying for them, though.
Yeah. So. Oh, man, it's a tough one. It is always tough.
Problem.
So many permutations heading into the World Cup. A lot of positive signs if you're suspicious as well, which is great. We've been ticking those boxes. But, of course, come Tuesday, the 33-man box squad going to the World Cup will be announced by Jacques Nienauba, and we cannot wait.